I first encountered this game at the Nindies event that Nintendo threw for independent game developers at GDC earlier this year. It's called Graceful Explosion Machine, which is kind of a distinctive title. It's from a company called Vertex Pop. And it looked cool. I've always been a fan of shoot-'em-ups and space shooters, going right back to the early days. And I was looking forward to getting this at home and trying this out for myself. And luckily enough, I've been able to play this quite a bit as I've been traveling, because it's incredibly addictive and it's a very easy game to play. It's also, I think, a standout title for the Switch in portable mode. It doesn't have, graphics that are going to blow your mind or gameplay that's, completely out of nowhere brand new. It actually kind of reminds me of this kind of slick hybrid of like Defender and Robotron as seen through the prism of the Pixel Junk team. And it's not quite at that level of quality and permanence. I don't think that we're going to be talking about Graceful Explosion Machine 20 years from now as this standout shooter that we'd never seen before. But I do like its elegance. One of the things that's really interesting about this game is that death is, it's not so permanent in this game. Basically what you've got is you're trying to get, in most stages, you're trying to get through 3 phases as you work your way through this interior cavern inside of the various planets that are on offer. And you aren't really navigating through the environment so much as swarms of bad guys. And you get past a phase, and you've got a couple of lives to be able to get past a phase. If for some reason you die in the second phase, you can start again with 3 other lives that give you 3 lives within each phase. I know it's a bit confusing, but it was like you start over, but you don't have to start over right from the beginning of each level. You can, as long as you've still got meta lives left, you can start in the middle of a phase. So it's a very interesting kind of almost fighting game kind of style, the way they've set all of that up. And I was actually kind of relieved, because sometimes playing through an entire level in the game can take quite a bit of time. It can take 15 minutes or 20 minutes, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a lot when you're dealing with an intense swarm of ships coming at you in every shape, size, and form. And the enemies that attack you, are really just sort of geometric shapes for the most part. They kind of look like little tiny tadpoles in some cases, or little bugs or something like that. And they have different kinds of abilities. Some will just swarm you. Some have shields in front of them so that you have to kind of warp past them and blast them from behind, or some are kind of rotating around these rocks that are built into the levels and they'll jump out at you. Some are sort of more tank-like and they can take a lot of hits and they'll come at you in swarms. And you've got a bunch of different weapons that help you deal with each one of these enemy types, which is really fascinating. They've done something where you've got these missile swarms. You've also got kind of a sniper shot, which is great because you can be far to one side of the screen and take out a bad guy that's way across on the other side of the screen. It's incredibly satisfying. Or you can use your sniper shot and blast through a bunch of bad guys, almost like this cool shoot-'em-up railgun, which is pretty fun. Of course, you've got your standard kind of machine gun type shot that's coming out of the ship at all times, and you've also got an energy sword that whips around and blasts at bad guys as they're getting in on close quarters. And managing when and where to use all of that stuff is kind of interesting as well. The 3 that aren't your main gun all work off of the power that's left in your ship, and if you keep blasting away on your sniper shot or your missiles or your energy sword, you're going to deplete your power and find yourself pressing buttons and not shooting anything, which is not what you want to do when you're getting swarmed by all kinds of bad guys. The music is definitely appropriate. It's kind of this sort of electronic techno music theme that sort of is a nice bed underneath all of this carnage. And the level design, all of it is slick. The menu systems, all of it's got kind of a minimalist sheen. It looks terrific on the Switch, definitely in portable mode. And it's a compulsive game. It's one that once you start playing it, it's very difficult to just put it away and not sort of get lured right back in and keep playing it. I was impressed. I don't know if this is going to be as good as maybe Pixel Junk Shooter 2 or something like that, and it definitely doesn't supplant my love of the old Eugene Jarvis classics. But Graceful Explosion Machine is actually quite graceful, and there are plenty of explosions, and it's quite a bit of fun. I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. Hey, thanks for checking out that video on our EPN channel. It's just one small part of the things that we make around here. So if you liked it, don't forget to check out some of our other vids and hit that subscribe button.